called The Write Off. We do this show every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And how the show works is we have 3 contestants, and they're going to be doing answering writing prompts. There's going to be 4 rounds of writing prompts, and Emoji J, who's the judge, is going to be in the comments giving the scores, and the prompts are going to be creative based and as like interesting, and this is a featured pending show, so all anything written by the contestants needs to be featured friendly, and also I will not be acknowledging the gifts or the comments in the sections, but just know I appreciate you all. And also after the 4 rounds, as I was saying, there's 4 rounds, there's going to be a face-off. So after round 4, we're gonna tally up the scores, and the 2 top scores are going to go head-to-head in a face-off, which is going to be a verbal one-word story challenge type of thing. And I'll explain that when we get to that part, so it doesn't get too confusing in the process. And then the winner of the whole entire show today will be going over to the championships on September 30th. And right now we have Queen Vampy, who is in those championships. So tonight we will find out who will be joining her. Will it be Mythical Illusion? Will it be Queen Honey? Or will it be Bruce Wayne? So we will find out. And so before, I'm gonna ask all the contestants if they can please request the box, and we will start to get going. Also, contestants, make sure you have whatever you plan on writing on, if you plan on using a device, or if you plan on using a pen and paper, whatever you choose to use, make sure you have that. And we're gonna get everybody in the box. Let's do like this.
Hello.
Hello, Mythical Illusion. How are you? Now we're gonna get Queen Honey. Hello, Queen Honey.
How are you?
And we're gonna get Bruce Wayne in.
Hello.
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 Everyone.
Hello. All right. So does everybody have their writing tools?
Yes, I'll be using an iPad.
Okay. Okay. And so for everybody, when there's gonna be 5 minutes in the rounds, so when I read the prompt, you'll have 5 minutes, and then what I'm gonna ask you to do is to show me your hands until it's your turn to read your prompt off, what you write, and then you can feel free to do whatever. And this way, I know you're not cheating. and if you put your hands down below where I can't see them, then you'll lose 100 points. So we're gonna start with the first prompt, and this is gonna be round 1, and this round 1 is going to be write a letter to your friend explaining how you wrecked their car. Be imaginative as possible.
So who goes first? Like we
all do it together.
So I'm gonna start a timer, and I'm gonna tell you to go. So
Oh, we're all writing.
All of
you're
us together.
yeah, you're
All of
all
us together.
yeah. So ready, set, go. And everybody else, welcome. This is The Write-Off, a show I do every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. While they're writing, I'm going to be doing a little something called Moth Hour. It's where you do little stories based on words. This first story is based on the word lost, and it's a story about. This story is about how I got lost but anyways, so there was this one time I was working in the magical happiest place on earth, and I was working late, and it was really dark out, and I was trying to find one of my it was one of my first it was one of my first times there, so I was still getting used to finding my way, and I couldn't figure out how to get back to the buses to get back to the housing. And so I ended up roaming around the park trying to find my way out. And it as much as it seems like it could be fun, it's also a little bit scary. And so I got lost finding my way in this empty park that and there was nobody around. There are people that work around the clock there, and so it was just hilarious that I happened to get as lost as I did. But the moral of the story is I was able to find my way back after walking around the same building maybe 2 times. And so I ended up getting back to housing safe, and it was just a very amusing and humorous night to remember. And that's my little story on Lost. And contestants, you have 2 minutes remaining. Being lost is scary, yeah. Welcome everybody. This is The Write-Off. It's a show we do every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The contestants are currently doing their prompt for write a letter to your friend explaining how you wrecked their car and to be imaginative. So they are doing that currently, and we are about to see in a minute what they come up with, and I'm excited. And then Emoji J, our judge, will be judging. The scores are going to be first place will be 500, second place will be 300, and third will be 100. Less than a minute remaining. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Time's up. Okay. So now, again, everybody, this is round 1. We're going to start off. The prompt is write a letter to your friend explaining how you wrecked their car, be imaginative. And we're going to have Mythical Illusion go first, and then we're going to have Queen Honey, and then we're going to have Bruce Wayne.
Sounds good.
All right. Wow. It was a rough night. I made some rough choices, partying the night before, and I made some new friends, which seemed trustworthy at the time, but that unfortunately wasn't the case. They convinced me to take them on a road trip. My car wouldn't start, so I borrowed my friend's car. We drove maybe 5 miles, and then a crazy clown jumped out in front of us. We swerved and drove into trees, down a hill, and into a ravine full of water. I was so confused what just happened.
Wow. Love it. All right, Queen Honey, your turn.
So, hey girl, how you been? So you remember when you let me borrow your car? So I may have put a little dent in your car. I wrote it like I was speaking to her, like I wrote a letter, but I was on the phone with her. She sounded so frustrated and confused on the phone. She said, Queen, FaceTime me now and let me see this dent. I was like, nah, girl, it's okay. It's okay. She was just getting more upset with me, so I decided to FaceTime her. When she got on the phone, the dent wasn't looking pretty big until she seen it and she screamed and said, what happened? I told her that I may have hit a pole because I was trying to avoid the family of dancing Bakuvers that were crossing the street. I told her I didn't want to be online and known as the girl who hit the dancing Bakuvers, so I swerved out the way and tapped the pole that may have ripped off the entire front of her bumper and her left wheel.
Nice.
Not the Cougars. All right, Bruce, your turn.
All right, here's my letter to my buddy James. It said, Dear James, I hope this letter finds you well. So remember the one time you let me borrow your car to run to the store to pick us up some party favors? Well, someone was wearing nothing but dark clothing and was walking in the middle of the street, and there were no lights on the road where I was driving to find those party favors. So I had to do my best to swerve at the last minute, and I ended up driving over the median and crashing into a fire hydrant. The good news is no one got injured, but the bad news is your car is totaled and the street got flooded, and the fire department and the police department may never want to talk to us again. Cheers, Bruce Wayne.
That was all amazing. And now we're gonna let Emoji J do the judging, and we'll see who comes in first, who comes in second, who comes in third. For first, we've got 500 points. Second, we've got 300 points, and first, we've got 100 points. So Emoji J, whenever you're ready. We've got Mythical Illusion with 300. We've got Bruce Wayne with 500 and Queen Honey with 100. All right. Bruce Wayne took that one. And it's anyone's game. So, again, everybody, welcome. This is The Write-Off. We do the show every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We've got 3 wonderful guests with us. We've got Mythical Illusion, we've got Queen Honey, we've got Bruce Wayne with us, and they are doing writing prompts. We are about to go into round 2, and I'm excited to see what they have for this one. This one's gonna be even more creative, so we're gonna get into it. So round 2 is going to be what would you like to invent? Come up with an invention of your choice that you would like to invent.
Okay.
And the timer starts now. And for this round, I am going to do another moth story. And this one is based on the word escape. For this one, I am going to be telling a story about how I escaped a fire when I was a kid. So, when I was 9 years old, my house was in a fire, and I was sitting on the couch, and my brother came running to me and said, "The bird just flew down the stairs." I said, "What do you mean the bird just flew down the stairs?" And I got up and I walked over to the staircase and I looked up and I saw flames, and bright orange flames. And I said, "We gotta get out of here." And I ran and I ran and I went. As I was running to my neighbors, I heard glass shattering from explosion from the fire, and I made it to my neighbors safely, and I told them, and they called the fire department, and it was a very long day, and everybody made it out alive, but we never saw our bird again, but our birds, if our bird didn't go fly down the stairs and out the window, then we wouldn't be alive today. So that bird was the hero, and so yeah, that is my escape story. And I guess me and the bird escaped. And we've got 2 minutes left on the clock to our contestants. Again, also, if anybody wants to be on the show, please, my Instagram is in my bio. Please hit my name and follow me on Instagram. You can reach out to me or to Moji J or Beard Raider, and we'll get you scheduled to be on a show. Right now, I have all of this month booked unless somebody drops out or cancels and I need to find a replacement. So, but I am booking for October. So, if you want to be on in October, just reach out. And yeah, we have 1 minute left on the clock. "20 seconds left." time's up. All right. We're gonna have Mythical Illusion go first.
All right, so the Rememberizer, the device that helps people regain access to their memory. Do you suffer from long or short-term memory loss? This may be the solution for you. Twice per day, once when you wake up and once before you go to bed, you put on a very lightweight helmet that scans your brain, sending shock therapy signals to help heal your memory. Try it today to see what you can remember that you once forgot.
I love it. I that would be so useful for me.
It'd be so cool. I would love it.
All right, Queen Honey.
Okay. Oh, shoot. Adulting is hard. We all hate it, and we wish it was easier to manage. Well, let me tell you about my new invention. It will make adulting easier and will make our lives less stressful. I call it an alarm, also known as a long awaited rest for me. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hey, Queen, isn't the alarm already made? Of course it has been, but this alarm is different. Why do you ask? Well, when it sounds off, the last thing you remember about being an adult disappears into the abyss. Like when you want to go to work, all you have to do is use this special alarm and poof, work is no more. If you press the button again, then poof, another adult problem is gone. This is what we need to succeed in life. So go ahead and get you an alarm and sound off all your adult problems.
I love it.
Thank you.
All right, Bruce.
All right, so I would invent a device to allow anyone with autism to be able to properly communicate with their loved ones and teachers what their needs truly are. Anyone who knows about autism knows how devastating and frustrating this can be to handle because all we want to do is help the person experiencing it. The person with autism is hyper-focused on certain things, and most times they're unable to properly communicate their needs to us. So this device would use brain waves and neurotransmitters to communicate to us exactly what they need so we can best help them grow and learn the best way possible. This would ensure parents of children with autism wouldn't feel helpless and teachers wouldn't feel trapped and pulled in multiple directions to those students with autism.
I love that. Ooh. All right, Emoji J, judge in the comments. Let us know the scores when you have them ready. We'll see who takes first place this round, who takes second, who takes third. Yeah, they're all very good, guys. We got Mythical Illusion with 100, Bruce Wayne with 500, and Queen Honey with 300. All right. And before we get into the next round, I just want to say we are going into round 3, and we're halfway through the rounds, and then we're going to get into face-off, and I'm excited. So also, everybody tuning in, this is The Write-Off. This is a show I do every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And right now we've got Mythical Illusion in the box, Queen Honey, and Bruce Wayne. Please favorite our lovely contestants. They all are amazing. And they're answering writing prompts that I'm giving them. And we're going to see who moves on to the face-off, and maybe all 3 of them will if it's a tie. So let's go into round 3. And this round, you're going to have another 5 minutes on the clock to write. So be creative and as detailed as you can. And please describe your perfect video game that you would create. And the time starts now. And the next month hour for me is going to be based on the word adventure. Adventure. We're going to go down memory lane on when I flew to California to be on American Idol. What an adventure that was. I was at a hotel in Pasadena, and I remember just being in a hotel filled with all the other contestants from that were auditioning for the show, and we were all peering through the windows looking to see who's going to be the first to leave to go to auditions. And we all were just couldn't sleep. I also had a taxi driver who was like the only taxi driver in the company, I swear, because every time I called, he was the same one who showed up, which was pretty sketchy. And he thought that I was gonna win American Idol, so he said, "I'll buy you Chinese food and everything," and it was just crazy. And but I got to the auditions, and it was like 2 or 3 in the morning, so we still had some time. We were in the parking lots lined up, but there are cockroaches all around, and so we couldn't really like sleep on the ground. And then finally they moved us up towards the the Rose Bowl where the auditions were being held, and I took a little nappy nap away from the cockroaches, and I was woken up by the camera people, and I had camera people in my face, and they asked me questions, and I made it on TV during that season, but how the media works, and they misplaced me in a segment and made me look a little silly. But it was still cool to get on, even though I didn't make it through to the audition because there were so many talented people. But it was a fun time just being surrounded by so many talented people. Contestants, you have 30 seconds left. Yeah, so it was just fun to be around all those contestants, seeing who made it through, who didn't make it through. There were so many people that day, so. And that was a season that Adam Lambert was on and Chris Allen won, so it was a very. That's the talent level that was that season. You got 30 seconds left on the clock. And yes, I did went alone to the American Idol auditions.
Oh, nice.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time's up. All right. So this is again round 3 that we're just finished. And the topic was describe your perfect video game you would create. And we're gonna start with Mythical Illusion.
All right, so my game is called Nature's Disaster. So it's a game that puts you in survivalist situations to help you prepare for real life situations. Simulations vary from avalanches, volcanoes, sinkholes, being in the wilderness, lots of many different things, being underneath or being in like a submarine underneath the water. The game that prepares you for when disaster strikes. Ever wonder what it'd be like to be like inside like a tornado? Nature's Disaster is a game that may help you be prepared for whenever any disaster strikes.
Nice. I love it. All right, Queen Honey.
Okay. My perfect video game. Now I'm a gamer and I like to play all types of games, but my perfect game would be to be in the game. This is beyond VR. I would want players to be any character that they want to be. So if you ever wanted to run like Sonic, save the princess like Mario, or shoot things up like you're in Call of Duty, then this would be the game for you. It doesn't have a name, but it's an experience that you would want to try. Trust me, I won't hook you up like anything they do in Assassin's Creed, but the game will be hooked up and you would be able to be one with the game. It would be any game of your choice, and I promise it would be worth your while. To play a game with no name, but a game with experience. Hey, maybe that's the name of the game. Do you want to play?
Nice.
I love it. It reminds me of like Tron or like one of those movies like where you're in the game. Bruce, your turn.
Yeah, my video game is called Utopia. It's a role-playing game, RPG, for those that are familiar. It's going to have many different characters you can choose from. Those that are familiar with World of Warcraft, it's going to kind of be that on steroids a little bit, but they're going to have elves, orcs, dwarves, ogres, humans, angels, cyborgs, etc. There's going to be a different world for the different characters based on which character you choose. So there's going to be a different world for every character that you choose. The max level that you can achieve is level 100. So once you achieve a level 100 for each character, then that is when you reach your max level per character. There's going to be different equipment for each character. There's going to be different clothes and armor for each character. There's going to be elixirs and spells for each character based on which character you choose. And then as far as the different enemies and bosses that you would face, there's going to be one big boss at each different level you achieve. This is going to be a big, extensive project, but I think that this is what video games have needed for a long time. Something that's going to engage people and actually make them want to continue to play, and to a difficulty level that actually is going to make them engaged as well. So there's going to be a lot of bosses based on each character as well. The other key feature is going to be it's going to be online compatible. You can play one-on-one with people online, or you can also create your own clan. You can have teams where you can form your own clan, or you can play other clans online, or again, you can play one-on-one online as well. Again, the game's called Utopia.
I love it. All right, Emoji J with their scores in the comments when you're ready. We'll see who's gonna take first this round, who's gonna take second, who's gonna take third. Could be anyone's. You got Mythical Illusion with 300, Ruth Wayne with 100, and Queen Honey with 500. Putting everybody on the board.
Nice.
All right. Before we go into our final round, and then Emoji J will tally up the scores and give the totals. Welcome, everybody. This is The Write Off. We do the show every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The players go into 4 rounds of writing prompts, and the top 2 players will go into face-off after, or if it's a tie, then all 3 players will go into the face-off. And then the final winner of the game will be going to the championships and joining Queen Vampy on September 30th. So this is going to be round 4, and it's called, and let me get the timer going. Well, not the timer going, but let me get, okay. Round 4, the prompt is going to be, what makes a good friend? So I want to know, in your own words, what makes a good friend, and be as detailed as possible. The timer is going to start now. All right, so while they're writing, they've got 4 minutes left. The last story I have today is called It's Stuck. It's based on getting stuck. And so I was actually going on vacation, and I was in the airport, and I flew to my connecting airport, and we were waiting to board. We finally boarded the plane. And what happened when we boarded? We taxied off, and then it started thunderstorming. And because it started thunderstorming, we got stuck on the tarmac. And it was very scary in a way, because the flight attendants told us that they couldn't give us any of the flight beverages or anything, because they needed to make sure that they had the supply and for in the air when we took off. And so when about 45 minutes later, finally we taxied back to the gate, because we found out the flight crew had to clock out because their time was up or something. And so they had to find us a whole new flight crew to come in and take us. But I almost got stuck in the airport and where I was, and because I started feeling under the weather, and they were almost going to keep me there and take me to the hospital. But I was just like, well, yeah, you should give me some fluids on the plane so I stay hydrated. So luckily, I forced my way onto the plane when they were able to get a new flight crew in, and I made it to the final destination, and it was a long day, but it was worth it. And yeah, so we've got 1 minute 15 seconds on the clock for the contestants. Make sure everybody is favoriting all the contestants. They are amazing people. Let me all stream. Make sure you're favoriting me if you don't have me favorited. Make sure everybody is favoriting Emoji J in the comments. Who's the judge and the score? Got 20 seconds left. And time's up. All right. So so this again was round 4, and the prompt was, what makes a good friend? And we're gonna have Mythical Illusion go first.
All right. A good friend is someone who knows you in and out, someone that can listen and knows what you love and what you don't. A friendship that you know you will always be there for each other no matter what. The best feeling is when you have a friend go out of their way for you. That feeling I get inside is one of the best feelings you can experience in a friendship. You know that friend is invested in that friendship, which builds trust very highly. Loyalty, time, love, and so much more keeps building up a strong relationship foundation. And those types of friendships are what I highly desire in my life.
Nice.
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 All right. Queen Honey, your turn.
Okay. When I think of that question, I think about who I can call when I need someone to talk to, who I can share a laugh with or send a meme to. A friend is someone who saved me from making some bad decisions. But a friend is someone I've made bad decisions with, and we can laugh about it later. A friend is someone I can have in my corner when I can have in my corner. I can without being by myself. A friend is someone I know will be there for me even if we disagree. A friend is someone who I can say we were young, but we are grown. We separated and we are better. A friend is the one I've made on here. Let me repeat that, sorry. A friend is someone I've made on here that knows who I am off this app. So just in case the cops come looking for me, they can tell them who I really am and not tell them my name is Queen Honey and that I may never be found. A friend is someone who is amazing and I love to have around me at all times. A friend can be anyone that you want in your space. I'm a friend, you're a friend, and that's what works.
I loved it. Was anybody like getting like Queen Honey freezing a little bit?
She
On
was,
her?
but she came back and I heard everything she said, but
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, just making sure you got Emoji J and everybody. Because I just want to make sure she gets a fair judging. So I was gonna say read it again, but okay, Bruce, you can go.
okay. A good friend is someone who encourages you to become the best version of yourself and someone you are willing to do the same for. Someone who builds you up in rooms you are in and defends you in rooms you are not in. Someone you trust to share things you said you would never tell anyone in your entire life. Someone who helps you to be courageous. Someone who has unwavering loyalty even when times are hard, not just when times are good. Someone who doesn't judge you even when they find out who you really are. Someone who challenges you to be curious. If we aren't learning something new every day, we aren't growing. Someone who truly loves you for you.
I love it. I love that. All right, Emoji J, whenever you're ready with the scores in the comments. We got Mythical Illusion with 500, Bruce Wayne with 300, and Queen Honey with 100. All right, so Emoji J, if you want to tally up the scores, and I will go over and also everybody, this is the write-off. It's a show that happens every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And we have Mythical Illusion, Queen Honey, and Bruce Wayne in the box. If you would like to be a contestant on the show, please hit my name above and message me on Instagram, and I will put you on the next available show or whenever we can get you on. And all right, the scores are in. Mythical Illusion with 1,200, Bruce Wayne with 14, and Queen Honey with 1,000. All right, so Queen Honey, before I let you go, you want to tell everybody who you are and anything about you?
Sure. Hi, I'm Queen Honey. So actually, right after this, not right after this, but an hour at 9, I am hosting my own game show. It's called How Geeky Are You? This topic is boy bands versus girl bands. Kim Possible is a part of that show, so if you guys want to stop by and check it out, you're more than welcome to. I am hosting my first auction based off my game show October 12th called the How Geeky Are You auction. And I'm a late night streamer, so if you ever want to catch me, you probably have to catch me after 12 on Eastern time. But this was fun. I had fun, and I actually now need to finish up my show anyways because I have an hour before it starts.
Here.
So
Nice to meet you.
All right.
nice to meet you all.
Thank you, Queen Honey.
You're welcome.
All right. So we've got Mythical Illusion and Bruce Wayne in the face-off, and I'm going to explain how this works. So how this works is like the one-word story. I think I sent it to both of you on Instagram before, but for all our audience who are watching, a one-word story is the players are going to be saying one word. I'm going to give them a topic, like say like a trip to the zoo, and they would go back and forth telling a story about a trip to the zoo and one word at a time. And the way it works, there will be 2 minutes. I'll set the timer for 2 minutes, and the first if the first player to stumble and not figure out where to go with the story or just get stuck, then the person who last was on gets 200 points, and then we'll go to the next topic, and if you both stay in it the whole 2 minutes, you both get 200 points. So and that will be added on to your all-time total score for so your 1,200 and 1,400, and the top scorer at the end of all four times will be headed to the championships on the 30th.
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
Okay. So the first one-word story I'm going to give you guys is A Night in Vegas. And we'll start with Mythical Illusion and then Bruce and go back and forth.
Going
to
Vegas,
is
a
trip
that
I
have
never
been
to,
yet.
but
Here
we
go.
let's
Have
the
best
time
of
our
lives
once
upon
a
time
we
had
the
greatest
adventure
To date. Oh, 2. Does that count?
You said 2 words, so
Got you.
yeah. So Bruce is gonna get 200 for that. Yeah. So if you say 2 words, that's also gonna count as a stumble. I forgot to mention that, but yeah. Moving forward, 2 words is a stumble. And okay, so we're gonna start with the next topic. Date night.
It. Oh, it.
Was
A.
blast.
We.
Dated.
And.
Commingled.
Together.
Around.
The.
Fire.
It.
Was
Very.
lit.
And.
We
Went.
cuddling.
To.
Sleeping bags.
It.
Was
Very.
hot.
And.
Warm.
The.
Fire.
Was.
Roasty.
But.
Marshmallows.
Were.
Caramely.
They.
Melted.
And.
Burnt.
It.
Was
Gross.
agreed.
But.
We
Ended.
the
Evening.
on
Very.
happy.
Terms.
And
The.
night
Was.
eventful.
Okay. Time's up. You both got 200. All right. We're gonna put another 2 minutes on the clock. The next one is going to be the road trip. So here we go. Timer starts now.
Here.
We
Go.
car
Was.
out
Driving.
down
The.
highway.
We.
Drove
And.
crashed.
But.
We
Were.
naked.
It.
Was
Rough.
to
Survive.
and
We.
hijacked
The.
semi.
It.
Got
Very.
illegal.
And.
We
Drove.
across
The.
Nile
River.
and
Sank.
and
Flooded.
the
Semi.
when
The.
semi
Started.
revving
With.
bubbles
From.
the,
water,
from,
the,
All right, time is up. It was the driving across the Nile for me. Would you guys build a raft?
I mean,
it exploded shortly after.
it's where my brain goes. It's just first 10 thoughts are wrong. What do you want from me?
We went pretty far.
Okay, the final round is going to be a trip to the animal shelter. And 2 minutes on the clock starts now.
We,
Put
ourselves,
in
the,
kitties.
and
Had
the
best
experience.
for
The
longest
time.
and
We
elopes
with
kitties.
the
Doggies
were,
jealous.
but
Kitties
were
happy
for
ever.
then
You got it.
Okay, Mythical Illusion got that one. All right. Okay, so Mythical Illusion got the 200 there, and you both got the 200 the last round.
Nice, man.
Okay, so Emoji J, you want to tally up, and we'll see who the championship winner is. Moving on to September 30th.
Hey.
Bruce Wayne with 2,000.
That was fun, Mythical. I appreciate you, bro.
With 1,800.
That was fun.
That was a good time, dude.
That's cool.
All right.
Thanks, Kim.
Do you guys both want to tell everybody about yourselves before you go?
Sure. So hi, my name is Mythical Illusion. I'm a streamer. I do like music. I have like lights in my stream with my light wall I have. It's over on the other side over there. I like doing random battles. Yeah, I just like hanging out and meeting new streamers on the app and seeing what everyone's about. So I'm on here like 4 days a week, probably just hanging out and seeing what it's all about.
Nice, man.
Oh, and we do Fire Up Fridays. So like once or twice a month, we do like a big music party in my stream. So I do like music and stuff that night too.
Nice.
Cool.
All right. Well, thank you.
Bruce Wayne was a top badge on Kick, came over here in December about 8 months ago, kind of for a fresh start to meet kind of my people. Didn't have a great experience over there, so just wanted to see what was over here. And I've been having a good time ever since. I've taken a few breaks lately. I lost my dad a few weeks ago, so getting back in the full swing of things now, full time. I do stream pretty much every day. I have a big focus on mental health awareness. So I do a mental health show on Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern. I have a featured show I'm pitching to Chris Casper right now. And we're kind of in the talks of if that's going to kind of move forward or not. I was on a Suited Up show not too long ago. We'll see where that goes. Other than that, you can catch me pretty much every day. Look forward to talking to you guys more. I don't bite, I promise. I know people can get scared of things they don't know, but do your own research is my big recommendation to people. Don't listen to what people say. Actually do your own research would be my recommendation to people. Cheers. I appreciate you, Kim. Thank you.
All right. I appreciate you guys. All right. Thank you guys. There we go. All right, guys. That's it. That's the show. Bruce Wayne will be joining Vampy in the September 30th championships. I'm excited to have them both. Again, the show is the write-off. Happens every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you would like to be on the show, please hit my name up above and send me a message on Instagram saying, hey, I would like to be on the show. And I will get you on the next available show we have open. Or you can also contact my admin Beard Raider, or you can contact Emoji J also, who is the judge. Thank you again, Emoji J, for being a judge, and make sure you all are favoriting all of everybody who is on today if you didn't. And I appreciate you all, and thank you to Kitty, Bruce Wayne, Queen Tigress, Ticket, Mythical Illusion, and Emoji J for gifting the gifts. And I appreciate you all. And that's it for the show. We're gonna close out, and